Aaron Rodgers, one of the greatest quarterbacks ever, still doesn't have a team. The Steelers are waiting. The NFL is watching. And now, a shocking Arizona rumor just changed everything. Is this a genius power move or a situation quietly spiraling out of control behind the scenes? But that Arizona twist, it raises way more questions than answers. The idea of Aaron Rodgers landing with the Arizona Cardinals sounds wild at first, but the more you look at it, the more complicated it gets. On paper, there are reasons it could work. A controlled indoor stadium, warm weather that helps an aging quarterback stay loose deep into the season, and an offense with intriguing weapons that could quietly fit Rodgers' style. But then reality hits. This isn't a proven contender. Questions about facilities, stability, and long-term direction immediately surface. Why would a veteran chasing one last run choose uncertainty over structure, especially when the Pittsburgh Steelers are still waiting? That's where things start to feel different. Some around the league believe this isn't about Arizona at all. Reports suggest this could be a leverage play, pressure, positioning, maybe even forcing Pittsburgh's hand. And in today's NFL, it only takes one rumor to shift the entire narrative. Because once that story gets out, it spreads fast. And the deeper you look into this rumor, the less real it starts to feel. It started with a single post, and suddenly the entire NFL world was running with it. A random report, questionable source, barely any credibility, linking Aaron Rodgers to the Arizona Cardinals. No confirmation, no real evidence, but within hours it felt real. That's how fast things move now. One article turns into 10, a small account turns into a trending topic, and before anyone can verify anything, the narrative is already built. Fans start debating it, analysts start reacting to it, and just like that, speculation becomes news. Some insiders pushed back quietly, others ignored it, but the damage was already done, the idea was out there, and once people start imagining Rodgers in a different uniform, it's hard to walk that back. This is the modern NFL media cycle, where opinions get dressed up as reports and rumors start carrying real weight. And maybe the craziest part, nobody actually knows where this started or why it caught fire so fast. But while the media kept guessing, Pittsburgh fans were already reaching a breaking point. For weeks, the Pittsburgh Steelers have stayed calm, at least publicly. No pressure, no drama, just quiet confidence that they're still in the conversation for Aaron Rodgers. But behind that calm exterior, the situation is starting to feel different. Because time is passing. Team owner Art Rooney originally hinted they'd have clarity before the draft. That never happened. Instead, the messaging shifted: we're still communicating, we're still waiting. And that tells you everything. This is Pittsburgh's timeline anymore, it's Rodgers. And that's a dangerous place to be. Every other team in the league has direction at quarterback. Plans are set, rosters are forming, but the Steelers, they're stuck in limbo, holding space for a decision that hasn't come, and the longer it drags out, the more it raises questions inside the building. Are they being patient or being played? Because at some point, even the most stable organizations have to draw a line. And if that line doesn't come soon, this situation could shift from controlled patience to real uncertainty. And the city of Pittsburgh, they're not nearly as patient anymore. The frustration in Pittsburgh isn't quiet anymore, it's building. Fans of the Pittsburgh Steelers have waited, they've been patient, but now that patience is starting to crack. Because to them, this isn't complicated. It's simple: either you want to be the guy or you don't. And with Aaron Rodgers, the silence is being interpreted as hesitation. Reports suggest many fans are tired of the uncertainty, tired of the waiting, and tired of feeling like their team is stuck in someone else's timeline. The phrase "make a decision already" isn't just talk anymore, it's the mood around the city. Some fans believe the Steelers are being too passive, almost enabling the situation by not forcing clarity. Others worry about what this is doing to the locker room, because when a team doesn't know who its leader is going to be, that uncertainty spreads. And that's where things get dangerous. Because this isn't just about one player anymore, it's about identity, direction, and respect for the organization. And if that frustration keeps growing, the Steelers might be forced to do something no one expected. At some point, the conversation stopped being just about football and started becoming about Aaron Rodgers himself. Not his arm, not his legacy, but his priorities. Because the silence, it's loud. No clear updates, no public urgency, and fans are starting to notice the shift. Reports suggest Rodgers has been fully locked into his personal life, enjoying time away, staying out of the spotlight, and not rushing any decision. And to be fair, after everything he's accomplished, he's earned that right. But this is the NFL. And when a franchise like the Pittsburgh Steelers is waiting on you, perception matters. Some fans believe he's just being calculated, taking full control of the situation. Others think something's off, like football just isn't the top priority right now. Skipped appearances, low visibility, and zero urgency only add fuel to that narrative. And whether it's fair or not, that narrative is growing. Because when a player of his level takes this long to decide, people start filling in the blanks themselves. And that's when things get complicated. Because if football isn't the priority, then what happens next might shock everyone. At some point, patience turns into pressure, and for the Pittsburgh Steelers, that moment might be closer than anyone expected. Waiting on Aaron Rodgers made sense at first, a future Hall of Famer, a potential game changer, but now the question is shifting. How long is too long? Because every day without an answer puts the Steelers in a tougher spot. The roster is nearly set, the season is getting closer, and while other teams have clarity at quarterback, Pittsburgh is still waiting on a maybe. That's not just risky, it's limiting. Some around the league believe the Steelers need to draw a hard line, set a deadline, force a decision. Either Rodgers commits or they move on, but that comes with its own danger. Push too hard and you might lose him completely. Stay patient and you risk falling behind. It's a gamble either way. And that's what makes this situation so tense. This isn't just about signing a quarterback anymore, it's about control. Who's really calling the shots here? Because if Pittsburgh doesn't take control soon, they might not have a choice left. And if they do walk away, it could change everything overnight. In the end, this isn't just about where Aaron Rodgers plays next, it's about how his story is remembered. A four-time MVP, a Super Bowl champion, a guaranteed first-ballot Hall of Famer, that legacy is already secure. But moments like this, they shape the final chapter. Because right now, the narrative feels different, not dominance, not control, uncertainty, delays, questions without answers, and whether it's fair or not, people are starting to notice. The longer this drags on, the more it shifts from a power move to something that feels harder to explain. If he signs and wins, none of this matters. It becomes just another calculated decision in a legendary career. But if things go the other way, this moment could be remembered very differently. That's the risk. Because legacies aren't just built on greatness, they're defined by how it all ends. And right now, Rodgers is standing at a crossroads between control and chaos, between one last run or a slow fade into what if. And whatever decision comes next, it won't just impact a team, it could redefine everything we thought we knew about him.